the first story, Jefferson Hall. The place is one like no other. At the beginning of this story, two students travel to the attic, and they see a figure, a woman, wearing 1950s teacher's gown. They investigate, they inquire, "Hello, who are you?" And she turns around and they notice something terrifying. She is transparent. They scream, they run, and they pee their pants. And they talk to their RA, who at once travels to the attic and sees that no one is there. And the door is locked.
I have another spooky story about this here Washington Hall. Some believe Washington Hall is haunted by a high school women's basketball team. The high school women's basketball team was staying overnight for a tournament, spending their evenings having the time of their lives, conveniently right in this bridge. On the ride home, their bus tragically crashed and they all died. Now, since they had the best nights of their lives right here at Ohio University, they come back every night and haunt this very location. Now, at the same time, there's also a variation with the men's basketball team. This here dorm used to be an all-men's dorm. The attic used to be a rec center. Thus, the men's basketball team would spend plenty of time here. Unfortunately, they died, and they haunt the attic of Washington Hall.
So in Bush Hall, it is actually said that there are marble sounds along with a poltergeist who haunts the dorm by flipping on and off the light switches and messing with the water faucets. It's also said that in Chively Hall in the 1970s, there was a girl who participated in cult ceremonies at the nearby Hanning Cemetery. And when she stopped, she experienced a number of eerie things, including saying she felt like she was being pulled towards the northeast, back towards where the cemetery is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, some of those stories were pretty weird. I never knew that there's like a rec center up there, but like the whole getting pulled towards the cemetery thing, like, I don't know, that gave me the chills. That kind of terrified, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I never heard those stories before.
One of Athens' many ghost stories belongs to the cemetery on West State Street.
Excuse me. Near the front gate, there is a stone angel statue which commemorates the many unknown soldiers buried here. Legend has it that the statue sometimes moves, and more frequently, will shed a tear. The statue looks very sad with its eyes downcast and its shoulders slumped. Although the angel is the focal point of the ghost stories, people do say that the cemetery as a whole is haunted. It's littered with broken and unidentifiable stones.
Sims Cemetery lies in Athens, Ohio, and a lot of people say that it is one of the most haunted cemeteries and location in the world. According to a local legend, 5 cemeteries in the area can be connected with drawing lines and form of a pentagram on them. A local man, John Sims, is the one that gave the cemetery its name. He was one of the town officials and had a pronounced taste for capital punishment. He was known for sentencing to death by hanging people for the most common offenses. Locals believe that the ghost of John Sims is still wandering in the cemetery in his hooded robe, still searching for criminals. Some legends even tell that he is carrying a sickle in his hand and that he chases people who trespass away from the cemetery.
Now this building right here is the scariest building we have on this campus. This is Wilson Hall.
It's the building most people talk about when they're talking about haunted Athens. There's a lot of stories from this building, but even though it's relatively new, in that short time it's acquired an unusual amount of tales, one of which they claims that the building was built on top of Athens Mental Health Center's cemetery.
Wilson Hall has a room 428 that's supposedly like the haunted room. We tried to go find it over there. It's been completely blocked off, cinder blocked off completely. They don't want anybody going in this room.
Room 428 is said to be home of a ghost that died in a mysterious way in the 1970s. The story says that the female student died violently in that room after practicing the occult. Since these occurrences, the room was closed off and not given to any new students again. It is perhaps the only university room in the world that is sealed and closed entirely. The school officials proclaimed the room uninhabitable.
Another common explanation for this is there's 5 cemeteries around this campus, and if you line them all up and draw a line to every single one, apparently it creates a pentagram. And right in the center of this pentagram is Wilson Hall.